chosen one. The light has guided you back to us once more. This time, listen carefully to what I am about to share with you. This is not a message for everyone. This is urgent, and it is meant only for those who truly walk the divine path. For those who have been set apart for a higher calling. If you are not serious about your spiritual journey, if you are not genuinely aligned with the divine purpose, this message will not resonate with you, and it would be better that you do not continue. But if you are here right now, reading these words, hearing this voice, it is not an accident. It is not coincidence. It is not chance. The timing of this message, reaching you at this exact moment, is divinely orchestrated, carefully planned, intentionally delivered. There is a real danger that arises when chosen ones begin to surpass the people around them spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And the truth is, most chosen ones are completely unprepared for what comes next. When you rise, when you elevate, when you step into new levels of awareness and authority, something shifts in your environment. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will celebrate it. This message will open your eyes to what is happening around you and what is happening within you. The internal shifts, the external changes, the spiritual recalibration that is taking place even now. Stay with me until the very end, because what I am about to reveal may protect you from unnecessary pain, from deep confusion, from battles you were never meant to fight. Before we continue, if this is already resonating with your spirit, if you can already feel the truth of these words touching something deep within you, show your alignment by liking this video. It helps this message reach other chosen ones who desperately need to hear it. And comment 777 below to declare that you are ready, that you are willing, that you are open to receive this truth. The moment heaven paused, what already happened without you knowing, chosen one. I want you to slow your breathing for a moment. Stop everything you are doing and listen with your spirit, not just with your ears, not with your mind, but with the deepest part of who you are. Because what I am about to explain is the reason your life started feeling different without any logical explanation. The reason things shifted internally, even when nothing changed externally. The reason you began sensing something profound was happening even though you could not name it or describe it or understand it fully. Long before anything changes on earth, long before manifestation occurs in the physical realm, heaven always moves first. The divine never waits for human awareness to act. The divine never asks permission, never seeks approval, never announces intentions ahead of time. The divine acts first, then reveals later. And in your case, chosen one, something already happened while you were not looking, while you were busy questioning yourself, while you were wondering if you were making progress, while you were doubting your path. Something occurred in the realm of the spirit that you were completely unaware of. There was a specific moment, a precise instant when heaven paused over your name. Not because you were loud, not because you were demanding attention, not because you were making noise or trying to be seen, but because you endured, because you kept going when clarity was completely absent, because you prayed even when your prayers felt heavy, felt burdensome, felt like they were going nowhere, because you stayed obedient when obedience felt totally unrewarded, when it felt like a waste, when it felt pointless. That is when the divine intervened, quietly, firmly, permanently. Many chosen ones believe that spiritual breakthroughs must feel dramatic. They expect lightning from heaven, audible voices, thunder, instant relief, visible signs, undeniable proof. But the truth is, the deepest movements of the divine are silent. They are quiet. They are subtle. They are judicial, like verdicts issued in a courtroom. They are decisions made in the courts of heaven, authoritative pronouncements that carry eternal weight, not loud announcements made on earth for everyone to hear and witness. What happened to you, chosen one, was not emotional. It was not about feelings. It was not dependent on how you felt in that moment. It was authorized, legal, official. A verdict was issued over your life while you were still questioning yourself, while you were still doubting, while you were still wondering if you were enough, if you were qualified, if you were truly called. The decision was made while you were still unsure. You did not feel it happening because heaven protected you from the full weight of it. Had you known too early what was being released, what was being authorized, what was being set in motion, fear would have crept into your heart. Pride might have tried to rise up and take root. Doubt could have interfered with the process. So the divine, in infinite wisdom and mercy, kept you unaware while securing the outcome, while locking in the result, while sealing your assignment. That is mercy. That is protection. That is wisdom beyond human understanding. There was a specific point in your journey where your faith was being measured, where it was being tested, where it was being weighed and examined, but you were never told it was a test. You were never informed that you were being observed. Heaven was watching quietly, observing carefully, taking note of how you handled delay without answers, how you handled silence without explanation, how you handled misunderstanding without defense, how you handled emotional fatigue without giving up. You were watched when absolutely no one was applauding you. You were examined during the times when you thought you were completely forgotten, totally overlooked, entirely abandoned. And it was precisely in that season, in that difficult and lonely season, that heaven responded with authority. You see, chosen one, heaven does not react to words alone. Heaven does not respond to eloquent speeches or impressive declarations. The divine responds to alignment, to authenticity, to the truth of who you are when no one is watching. The divine is not moved by how much you speak about faith or how loudly you proclaim your beliefs, but by how you actually carry yourself when faith feels costly, when it requires sacrifice, when it demands everything from you and seems to give nothing back. You kept your integrity intact in moments where compromise would have been so much easier, so much more comfortable, so much more accepted. You restrained yourself. You held back. You exercised self-control when retaliation was completely justified, when getting even would have made perfect sense, when fighting back seemed like the only reasonable response. You stayed kind. You remained gentle. You chose compassion when bitterness would have been totally understandable, when hardening your heart would have seemed like simple self-protection. Those quiet moments, those private decisions, those internal choices that no one else saw or knew about. They did not go unnoticed by heaven. Every single one was recorded, observed, honored. There was a spiritual checkpoint that you crossed without any ceremony, without any announcement, without any celebration. A point of no return, a threshold, a line in the spirit. Once you crossed it, your assignment could no longer be aborted by the enemy. It could no longer be delayed by circumstances. It could no longer be transferred to someone else. It was locked in, sealed, permanent. And when that happened, when you crossed that invisible line, heaven did not celebrate loudly. Heaven did not throw a party. Instead, heaven became still, quiet, reverent, because what had just been confirmed over you carried weight. It carried responsibility. It carried eternal significance. This is precisely why your life started feeling strange afterward. Not worse, understand, not bad, just unfamiliar, different. New, old motivations that used to drive you suddenly stopped having power. Old desires that used to excite you completely lost their appeal. Old goals that used to seem so important faded into irrelevance. You began to feel disconnected, detached, separated from things that once felt totally normal, completely natural, absolutely central to your identity. That was not confusion, chosen one. That was not you losing your way. That was transition. That was transformation. That was your spirit adjusting, recalibrating, realigning to a completely new spiritual jurisdiction, a different level of authority, a higher realm of operation. You may have thought nothing was happening during that time because externally, on the surface, things looked exactly the same. Same environment, same challenges, same problems, same unanswered questions, same seemingly impossible situations. But internally, on a deep spiritual level, something profound shifted, something fundamental changed. Your tolerance for certain energies dropped dramatically. Things that you used to be able to tolerate, you suddenly could not stand anymore. Your patience with nonsense, with drama, with manipulation, with games, it completely disappeared. Your appetite for shallow connections, for surface-level relationships, for meaningless conversations, it faded away entirely. Those were not just personality changes, chosen one. Those were not mood swings or phases. Those were spiritual signals, divine indicators. Heaven sent markers showing you that something had fundamentally shifted in your spiritual DNA. When heaven moves first, when the divine acts in the spiritual realm, earth always lags behind. Always the physical manifestation is slower than the spiritual authorization. That delay between what has been decreed and what becomes visible is not punishment. It is not the divine withholding from you. It is not a test of your patience designed to frustrate you. It is alignment. It is the divine allowing time, creating space, orchestrating circumstances for structures to shift, for people to reposition, for circumstances to rearrange themselves so they do not collide with what has already been approved over your life. So they do not interfere with what is coming. So they do not block what has been released. This is why some doors suddenly closed without any warning, without any explanation, without giving you a chance to fight for them. Why certain people walked away from your life without closure, without a final conversation, without tying up loose ends. Why plans that seemed so certain, so solid, so guaranteed fell apart at the absolute last minute, right when you thought they were about to manifest. Heaven was clearing interference. Heaven was removing obstacles. Heaven was eliminating distractions. Not because those things were evil in themselves, not because those people were bad, not because those opportunities were wrong, but because they were no longer compatible with where you were being placed, with what you were being prepared for, with who you were becoming. You did not fail when those things fell apart. You were not rejected when those people left. You were not being punished when those doors closed. You graduated, you leveled up, you were promoted, and graduation in the spirit. Promotion in the spiritual realm, it rarely feels celebratory in the moment. It feels lonely. It feels quiet. It feels heavy. It feels isolating, because elevation always comes with awareness. Increased responsibility comes with increased consciousness, and awareness, true spiritual awareness. It comes with a weight of responsibility that most people are not willing to carry. The divine does not elevate chosen ones simply to make them comfortable, to make their lives easier, to reduce their struggles. Elevation is not about comfort. It is about effectiveness. It is about impact. It is about positioning you where you can fulfill your purpose with maximum effect. There was a specific moment when heaven saw, when the divine recognized, when it was confirmed that you could be trusted with silence, trusted with not having answers, trusted with waiting without knowing when the wait would end, trusted with not knowing what comes next. That level of trust is rare. That kind of faith is uncommon. Most people want revelation before they are ready for it. Most demand answers before they have developed the maturity to handle them. But you, chosen one, you accepted obedience without explanation. You said yes without knowing all the details. You kept moving forward without having the complete picture. And that is exactly why heaven responded with authorization. If you are beginning to understand what I am revealing here, if light is starting to break through the confusion you have been feeling, take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel so you do not miss future messages that are meant specifically for you. Messages that are tailored to this exact season you are walking through. Why even the archangels were stunned by what was released over you. Chosen one, what was released over you? What was decreed concerning your life? It was not ordinary. It was not common. It was not standard procedure. When heaven issues a decree, when the divine releases an authorization, there are different levels of authority involved, depending on the assignment, depending on the calling, depending on what is being entrusted. Some assignments require angelic assistance. Some require prophetic confirmation from multiple sources. Some require signs and wonders to accompany them. But what was released over you? What was authorized concerning your life and your future? It required something higher, something more significant, something more weighty. It required a mandate that was so profound, so powerful, so far-reaching, that even archangels, beings who exist in the very presence of the divine, they paused to witness it. They took note. They observed what was being released. This is not being shared to inflate your ego, chosen one. This is not about pride or self-importance. This is to stabilize your confidence, to anchor your faith, to root your assurance. Because when you truly understand the level of authority that was involved in what has been spoken over you, when you grasp the weight of what has been decreed, you will stop doubting. You will stop questioning. You will stop wondering if it was real. You will know beyond any shadow of doubt that what has been sealed over your life cannot be reversed, cannot be stopped, cannot be cancelled by any opposing force. The enemy knows what was released. Darkness is not blind. Evil is not ignorant. The spiritual realm is aware. Demons sense the shift in your life even when you do not fully understand it yourself yet. This is why spiritual resistance increased dramatically after your season of silence. This is why attacks intensified, became more frequent, became more strategic, right at the moment when nothing visible had changed in your circumstances. This is why warfare escalated precisely when you thought you should be experiencing breakthrough. The enemy does not waste energy, does not invest resources, does not deploy high-level attacks against those who carry no assignment, who pose no threat, who have no real authority. Interference is proof of importance. Opposition is evidence of significance. When heaven authorizes something truly powerful, when something of eternal consequence is released, opposition will rise to test your resolve, to challenge your commitment, to see if you will hold your ground or retreat when pressure increases. But here is what you must understand, what you must grasp deep in your spirit. The attacks you have been facing, the battles you have been fighting, they are not designed to stop you. They are not meant to destroy you. They are not intended to derail your calling. They are designed to prepare you, to train you, to develop you, to build capacity within you. Every single battle that you have fought, every struggle that you have endured, every opposition that you have faced, it sharpened your discernment. It taught you how to recognize truth from deception. It showed you how to distinguish between divine voice and enemy whispers. Every delay that frustrated you, every closed door that disappointed you, every no that confused you, It strengthened your patience. It built endurance in you. It developed your ability to trust when you cannot trace, to believe when you cannot see, to stand when everything around you is shaking. Every wound that you received, every betrayal that cut deep, every abandonment that left you alone, it deepened your compassion for others. It gave you empathy that you could never have developed any other way. It created in you a heart that can minister to the broken because you know what it feels like to be shattered. You are not the same person who entered that difficult season. You are not who you were when the testing began. You have been transformed through the fire. You have been refined through the pressure. You endured what would have broken countless others, what has destroyed many who were less committed than you. You remained faithful when abandoning your post would have been totally justified, when walking away would have made perfect sense, when quitting would have been completely understandable. And that endurance, that perseverance, that refusal to give up, it qualified you for what is coming next. It prepared you for what you are about to step into, what this means for your future and your assignment. Chosen one, what has been authorized over you is not just for you alone. It is not only about your personal benefit or your individual blessing. It is for the many. It is for the multitudes. It is for all those who will be impacted by your obedience, who will be touched by your faithfulness, who will be transformed by your willingness to say yes to the divine call. Your assignment carries weight. It carries significance. It carries eternal consequence because it is connected to others. There are people waiting for you to step into position, waiting for you to take your place, waiting for you to walk in the authority that has been given to you. They do not even know they are waiting. They do not realize their breakthrough is connected to your obedience, but it is. This is why you cannot afford to doubt anymore. This is why comparison is no longer useful. Your path is specific. Your timing is intentional. What looks like delay is actually preparation. What feels like waiting is actually positioning. You are in the space between authorization and manifestation. And that space is sacred. It is guarded. It is protected. When heaven releases something powerful, the divine does not rush its arrival. Protection sometimes looks like delay. You wondered why things slowed down just when you felt ready, why progress seemed invisible even though your faith was steady. That was not stagnation. That was concealment. Heaven hides what is precious until the environment is safe enough to receive it. Even the sun walked hidden years before public purpose. And if that level of calling required concealment, how much more those chosen to carry weighty assignments? Understand this clearly. There are things about you that are still hidden, not because you are unworthy, but because exposure too early would attract interference. Heaven knows timing better than desire. So while you waited, heaven worked. While you questioned, heaven secured. While you thought nothing changed, everything was being arranged behind the veil. The spiritual shift you did not notice, chosen one. Something changed in you that you did not consciously register. Your spiritual senses sharpened. Your discernment increased. Your ability to perceive truth from deception grew stronger. You started noticing patterns you previously missed. You began sensing energies before situations unfolded. You felt warnings before danger arrived. This was not coincidence. This was upgrade. Heaven does not release authority without equipping the vessel first. You were being prepared while you thought you were just surviving. Every closed door taught you trust. Every delayed answer taught you patience. Every painful separation taught you discernment. You are no longer who you were. You think differently. You respond differently. You choose differently. And the people closest to you noticed even if they could not articulate what changed. Some celebrated your growth. Some felt threatened by it. Some distanced themselves because they could no longer relate. That was not rejection, that was realignment. Not everyone is assigned to your next season. Some were only meant to walk with you for a portion of the journey. Their departure was not betrayal, it was completion. Honor what was, but do not force what is no longer. Your responsibility now is stewardship. Revelation changes responsibility. Once you understand what has already been done, how you move matters more than ever. This is not the season to rush, prove, or announce. This is the season to steward what has been entrusted. The first responsibility is restraint. You must resist the urge to speak prematurely. Not everyone is assigned to understand what is happening in you. Some are only meant to see the fruit later. Explanation too early invites interference. Silence protects what is still forming. This is not secrecy born from fear. It is wisdom born from discernment. The second responsibility is humility. Authority grows best in low soil. The moment ego rises, clarity blurs. You must guard against spiritual pride disguised as confidence. Confidence rests, pride compares. Confidence listens. Pride speaks unnecessarily. Stay grounded, stay teachable. Everything you carry was entrusted, not earned. Gratitude keeps the channel open, entitlement clogs it. The third responsibility is discipline, not harsh discipline, gentle consistency. Maintain your prayer life even when you feel strong. Read scripture not for information but alignment. Choose routines that support peace rather than stimulation. Your inner environment matters now more than ever. The fourth responsibility is patience. You are in the space between confirmation and manifestation. This is where many disrupt their own breakthrough by rushing. Let the divine unfold things in perfect order. Timing is not delay. Timing is protection. Trust it. The fifth responsibility is compassion. As you grow in awareness, you will notice others still trapped in cycles you escaped. Do not judge them. Remember how long your process took. Lead gently. Speak with kindness. Authority without compassion becomes control. Your calling is not to correct everyone. It is to remain aligned. You must also learn to rest without guilt. Rest is obedience in this season. Overexertion will dull your discernment. The divine does not need you exhausted. Clarity comes from rest, not striving. Pay attention to what drains you now. Conversations that feel heavy. Environments that feel chaotic. Obligations that disrupt peace. You are allowed to choose differently. Stewardship includes boundaries. Another responsibility is obedience without urgency. You will receive subtle nudges rather than loud instructions, a sense to pause, a feeling to wait, a thought to redirect. Honor those quiet instructions. Your sensitivity is being refined. Obedience now will feel less dramatic, but more precise. You may also notice that blessings come quietly, opportunities without announcement, favor without fanfare. Receive them with humility. You do not need to broadcast every win. And here is something crucial. Do not revisit old seasons mentally. Do not rehearse pain you already healed from. That pulls you backward emotionally. Honor your growth by staying present. Walking forward correctly does not require perfection. It requires attentiveness. Stay aware of your inner state. When peace leaves, pause. When clarity blurs, pray. When confusion arises, wait. The divine is not asking you to figure everything out. The ask is simple. Stay aligned. If this message is bringing clarity to what you have been feeling, let me know by liking this video and sharing it with someone who needs to hear this today. Your immediate action might be the final straw to help resurrect someone on the edge of pressure and to be guided back into the light, the calm before visible manifestation. Chosen one, take a deep breath and let your shoulders rest. What has been done concerning you is already settled. You are not standing at the edge of uncertainty anymore. You are standing in the quiet space where heaven has spoken and earth is still catching up. Nothing you endured was wasted. Nothing you carried was overlooked. Every silent prayer, every restrained reaction, every moment you chose faith over frustration was seen. And because it was seen, it was answered. Not loudly, not hurriedly, but thoroughly. This calm you feel now is not emptiness. It is readiness. It is the stillness that comes when striving ends and alignment begins. You are not waiting for permission. You are walking with confirmation, and what heaven confirms, no force can reverse. Do not rush what is unfolding. Do not doubt what is already sealed. Let peace lead you. Let patience guard you. Let humility keep you grounded. What is meant for you will arrive without force, without chaos, and without you losing yourself in the process. Remember this always. The divine does not bring chosen ones this far to abandon them in silence. This space teaches trust without fear. You are being prepared for what is about to become visible, and when it does, you will need this inner stability more than excitement. Your responsibility now is to remain present, remain prayerful, remain grounded, because when what heaven has already approved begins to appear visibly, you will need this foundation, and you are being built for that moment right now. So walk gently, stay faithful, trust what heaven has already decided. You are not behind, you are not forgotten. You are right where you need to be, and everything is aligning in ways you cannot yet see, but will soon understand. If this message spoke to your spirit, take a moment now to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with other chosen ones who need this confirmation. Comment 777 below as a declaration of alignment, peace, and readiness for what has already been released over your life. Walk gently, chosen one. Your season is shifting, and you are more prepared than you realize. Together, we shall rise toward the light.
Chosen one, hear this with your spirit fully awake. This is not a coincidence. If your eyes are on this message right now, it is because heaven has arranged an appointment with you. You didn't wander into this word. You were positioned. You were escorted here by a God who refuses to let you stay trapped in what has been hidden. And the Lord is speaking plainly. You have been played. You have been misled. You have been pushed in circles while something darker tried to laugh behind the curtain. But I will not allow it to continue. For a long stretch of time, months, possibly years, you felt it in your chest before you could explain it with your mind. The delays that didn't match your effort, the confusion that clouded your discernment, the repeated cycles that felt like you were taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You blamed exhaustion. You blamed people. Some days you blamed yourself. But what you did not know is that there has been a hidden hand working behind the scenes, attempting to block, distract, and deceive you. Not because you are weak, because you are marked. Not because you are failing, because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. The Lord is exposing a plot, and when God exposes, it is never to shame you, it is to free you. So let this be the alarm bell. Let this be the moment your spirit sits upright, because God is pulling back the curtain. He's revealing what was concealed. He is shining light into what was operating in the shadows. He's saying, "Wake up, my chosen one." The enemy wanted you blinded, but God is opening your eyes. The enemy wanted you numb, but God is restoring your sensitivity. The enemy wanted you to accept confusion as normal, but God is releasing clarity like a river into your mind. And the Lord declares, what was stolen will not remain stolen. What was delayed will not remain delayed. What was held back is about to be released. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world, and the power God is placing in your hands is not natural power. It is divine power, mighty to tear down strongholds and demolish lies. This is more than a video. This is not just content. This is divine interruption. This is God stepping into your timeline, grabbing you by the heart and saying, "Enough. You are not going to keep wandering in fog when I created you to walk in light." From this moment forward, you will begin to see differently. You will begin to recognize what is real and what is counterfeit. You will begin to sense what is holy and what is hollow. You will begin to discern who is for you and who is only near you. You will begin to notice where God has been trying to lead you all along, through closed doors, through strange detours, through uncomfortable separations, through that pressure that made you think you were being punished when you were actually being prepared. But listen carefully, because this part matters. Your response matters. Heaven releases words, but you must respond with alignment. Before we go deeper, pause this video and perform 3 prophetic acts. Not because a button has power, but because your obedience carries a signal. Hit the like button as a declaration that you are stepping into your breakthrough. Subscribe as a sign that you are staying connected to the sound that strengthens your spirit. And comment the number 99 below, because 99 represents completion and divine urgency. The cry of, "Lord, finish what you started." Let it be your prophetic announcement. I am stepping out of deception and into destiny. And to every person who sows, supports, or sends a super thanks, may God multiply it back into your life in ways you could not imagine. If you are truly chosen, your spirit will not let you scroll away. Something in you already knows. This word is for you. This is God's warning, His plea, and His promise, wrapped into one moment. And by the end of this message, the old version of you will feel too small to return to. Now let's go deeper into what God is revealing. You are not just any person. You are chosen. You are called. You are carrying something on your life that cannot be explained by personality or ambition alone. The hand of God rests on you, and because of that, you became a target. You may not see it with your eyes, but there are forces, seen and unseen, that have worked relentlessly to hinder your progress. That constant pressure you've been under is not imaginary. That sense of resistance when you try to obey God is not in your head. This is spiritual warfare around a spiritual calling. And God is whispering into your heart right now, urging you to understand the weight of your assignment. There is a mantle on your life that has awakened attention in the spirit realm. When your calling grew louder, the opposition grew bolder. When your potential began to rise, the attacks began to increase. The greater the assignment, the more strategic the interference. So don't be shocked by the struggles you face. Don't interpret battles as evidence of rejection. Many times, battles are proof you are close. The enemy fights hardest when you are nearest to what will change your life. But hear the Lord. Stay vigilant. The pressure you feel right now is not the end of you. It is the sound of something coming into position. Your destiny is more significant than you realize. What looks like ordinary difficulty is often spiritual resistance trying to wear you down. But do not be discouraged, because you are equipped. God has not left you empty-handed. He has placed spiritual weapons in your life. Prayer that shakes unseen walls, worship that shifts atmospheres, truth that silences lies, obedience that breaks chains. Scripture says, God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, and that soundness is returning to you now. The fog is lifting, the mental heaviness is breaking, the confusion is being confronted. You are regaining your footing. Have you ever felt like you live in a world where something is off? Like you're walking through the same streets as everyone else, yet you feel different, like you don't fully belong. That's because you are different. Your calling separates you. Your sensitivity exposes what others ignore. What weighs lightly on other people can feel suffocating to you, not because you are weak, but because your spirit is more alert. The enemy knows what is inside you, and that is why the distractions were tailored. The temptations were customized. The traps were timed. Not because you are special in a flattering way, but because you are dangerous in a spiritual way. Your obedience threatens the enemy's plan, so he tries to delay the arrival of your breakthrough. You may have found yourself spiritually drained, like the weight of the world sits on your shoulders while others move through their day unbothered. But this fatigue is not a sign that you are failing. It can be a sign that you are pushing through resistance. It is a sign you are pressing against something that has been pressing against you. And God is reminding you. He knows exactly how much you can bear. He measures your trials. He watches your tears. He counts your endurance. And He does not waste pressure. He uses it to produce purity, endurance, and authority. Consider it pure joy when you face trials. Not because trials are pleasant, but because God uses them to complete you, to strengthen you, to mature you, to build something unshakable. So, when the burden feels heavy, remind yourself, I am not like everyone else, because I am not called to an ordinary outcome. I am destined for something extraordinary. And in every season of growth, there comes a moment when it feels like the world is pressing in on all sides. When the soil is tight, when the air feels thin, when you wonder if you can breathe. But what if I told you that pressure is often the clearest sign your breakthrough is close? The enemy turns up the heat when he senses you're about to step into an elevation that cannot be reversed. Picture a seed underground. It is surrounded by darkness. It is squeezed by soil. It feels trapped. But that pressure is not proof it is dying. It is proof it is about to break through. Your situation is the same. Every ounce of discomfort is part of the process of preparation. The closer you get to the surface, the harder the resistance pushes back. But hold on. This is a sign that your moment of elevation is near. God has already prepared a path. God has already lined up help you haven't met yet. God has already arranged doors you haven't seen yet. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. That means what God promised is not late. It is on time in heaven. Now hear this. Not everyone who smiles at you is safe. Not every voice that praises you is pure. Some people disguised as well-wishers carry hidden jealousy and secret competition. In the spiritual realm, appearances can be costumes. They may applaud you outwardly while resenting you inwardly. They may celebrate your victories publicly while privately hoping you fall. And that is why you need discernment in this hour. Not paranoia, discernment. You must ask God for the ability to see motives, not just manners, because there are blessings that are bait. There are opportunities that are distractions. There are connections that look like provision but function like delay. Some will attempt to derail you by feeding you words that distort your sense of purpose. Others will try to distract you with false promises that keep you busy but spiritually empty. Guard your heart. Be careful with your circle. Not everyone in your life is aligned with your destiny. And in this season, God is training you to recognize alignment. Pray for divine insight. Ask God to expose what is hidden, not so you can fight people, but so you can refuse traps. And yes, be careful what you consume, both physically and spiritually. Your spiritual health is not a small matter. Your clarity is a precious thing. The enemy knows that one misstep can dull discernment, so he uses seemingly harmless offerings to weaken your focus. Sometimes it's an invitation, sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's a compliment that strokes pride, sometimes it's entertainment that slowly drains your hunger for God. It is not always obvious warfare. Sometimes it's subtle erosion. That is why Scripture warns you to be sober-minded and alert, because the enemy looks for openings, for cracks, for fatigue that becomes carelessness. But you are being strengthened now. You are being awakened now. You are being sharpened now. Guard your spirit the way you guard your future. We live in a world filled with flattering words, but not every compliment is meant to elevate you. Some praise is a hook, some applause is a leash. The enemy knows that if he can make you addicted to approval, he can guide you with opinions. But your confidence must come from God, not from the shifting wind of people's applause. Stay humble, stay anchored. The Lord is your source, not your audience. The final trap before elevation is often confusion. The closer you get to breakthrough, the louder doubt tries to speak. The closer you get to your next level, the more hesitation tries to grip your heart. Confusion is often the enemy's last attempt to keep you in indecision, but God is calling you to stillness, not stagnation, but stillness that listens. Do not rush, do not panic, pause and pray. Wait for God's confirmation. Let peace be your compass. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. That means you don't have to figure it all out. You have to stay submitted. Not every spirit is from God. Not every thought in your head belongs in your heart. Some ideas will sound logical, but they will carry unrest. Some options will look attractive, but they will drain your peace. Learn to discern the difference between urgency and alignment. The enemy pushes you to rush. God leads you to peace. If something doesn't sit right, don't ignore it. Your spirit is receiving signals your mind cannot yet explain. And as you grow, your discernment will become sharper, because it is honed through prayer, fasting, and closeness with God, not through fear. What you feed will grow. That is a spiritual law. If you feed negativity, your vision will cloud. If you feed toxic conversation, your spirit will become heavy. If you feed doubt, your courage will shrink. But if you feed the word, worship, prayer, truth, your clarity will increase. In this season, your spiritual diet is crucial. Your discernment depends on it. Your peace depends on it. Your ability to hear God depends on it. And yes, God may be pulling you into isolation, not to punish you, but to protect you and prepare you. Sometimes the world is so loud you can't hear heaven. So God removes the noise. He closes doors. He quiets relationships. He interrupts routines. Not because you are rejected, but because you are being refined. You may feel lonely, but you are not abandoned. God is near. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. He is guarding you in the quiet. He is strengthening you in the hidden place. Isolation is often where God builds the kind of strength you cannot develop in crowds. As your influence grows, opposition grows too. The brighter your light becomes, the more the enemy tries to dim it, not because he is stronger than you, because he fears what God will do through you. Your voice will touch lives. Your testimony will unlock freedom. Your obedience will break chains that have held your family and future generations. That's why the resistance intensified. But you must understand, the attacks are not meant to break you. They are meant to refine you and propel you. The enemy would not bother if you were not a threat. So take it as confirmation. Your rise is close. In this season, you must embrace the power of saying no. Not every opportunity is a door God opened. Some doors are distractions with bright paint. Saying no is not rejecting good. It is refusing what is not God's best. It takes courage to say no to something appealing. It takes maturity to say no to something that would delay you. But saying no protects your focus, and focus is a form of spiritual warfare. Your life has a purpose, your assignment is real, and the enemy will try to pull you in 10 directions so you never arrive at the one place God prepared for you. But you must stand firm, you must stay true. You must remember, God has a unique plan for you, and distractions, no matter how beautiful, are still distractions. There is a battle over your future. Heaven is fighting for you, and the enemy is resisting you. This battle is not only external, it's internal. Doubt tries to whisper, fear tries to grip, confusion tries to cloud, but God has equipped you to win. Your obedience is a weapon. Your worship is a weapon. Your endurance is a weapon. When you choose to trust God, even while you feel afraid, you are actively resisting the enemy's plan. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. That harvest is not theory, it is scheduled, it is approaching, and God is saying, don't quit in the last mile, this is your moment. The pieces are coming into alignment. Prayers, sacrifices, tears, and hidden battles. But before you step into the fullness of your breakthrough, there are things you must protect. Purity, clarity, obedience. Purity keeps you aligned. Clarity keeps you discerning. Obedience keeps you advancing. Now is not the time to compromise. Now is not the time to lower your standards. Now is not the time to settle for almost. Your breakthrough is not only about what you will receive, it is about what God will do through you. Your life will become a testimony of His faithfulness. And yes, there are seasons when life feels stuck, like you're treading water, like every direction looks the same. But God is not stagnant. He is always moving, always orchestrating, always writing the next chapter. The season of struggle is shifting. Like winter yields to spring, you're moving from dormancy into flourishing. The signs may be subtle at first. Discomfort, restlessness, the feeling that your old patterns no longer fit. That discomfort is often God stretching you for new capacity. New chapters come with new responsibilities, new relationships, new opportunities, but also require a new mindset. You cannot carry old habits into a new season and expect new fruit. God is already ahead of you, preparing the way. Seasons change for a reason. Your story is not over. It is unfolding. And nothing you suffered was wasted. Nothing you endured was empty. Every tear you cried in prayer, every sacrifice you made in faith, every hardship you survived, God has stored it. God has counted it. God has honored it. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. That means your tears are seeds, and seeds always produce when their season comes. God is also the master of sudden reversal. He does not need years to do what he can do in a moment. One day can shift a decade. One phone call, one open door, one divine connection, one change in circumstance. You may feel like your breakthrough is far, but God can change everything overnight. The delay you've experienced is not denial. It may have been protection, it may have been preparation, but when God moves, things move quickly. Be ready for the turn. Be ready for the change. Be ready for the moment you look back and realize that was the night everything shifted. There are doors in your life you haven't even knocked on yet, and in God's timing, they will swing open. Opportunities divinely orchestrated, hidden until the right moment. God often works in ways that surprise you because he refuses to be limited by your expectations. He is about to position you for influence, provision, and growth in places you did not foresee. What you overlooked is about to become your reality. What you assumed was impossible is about to become accessible. Trust his timing. The doors that shape your future are already prepared. Now you must be ready to walk through them. But as God opens doors, he also calls you to cleanse your environment. Your surroundings shape your clarity more than you realize. Just as clutter creates chaos in a home, spiritual clutter clouds discernment in a life. God is calling you to remove what is clouding your vision. Negative relationships, unhealthy habits, old thought patterns, hidden compromises. Clear out distractions. Make space for clarity. When the atmosphere is clean, the voice of God becomes clearer. When the clutter is removed, direction becomes obvious. God is calling you into precision. He is calling you into focus. He is calling you into a clean slate. And if you are in a wilderness season, alone, isolated, tested, remember this: the wilderness is not punishment, it is preparation. God uses solitude to refine. He uses isolation to strengthen. He uses quiet to build authority. The wilderness teaches dependence. The wilderness reveals what is in you. And when the season ends, you will not emerge weaker. You will emerge sharpened, strengthened, and ready for elevation. Your breakthrough is bigger than you. It is generational. What God is about to do in your life will ripple through your family line. Your obedience will unlock freedom for those coming after you. Your victory will break patterns that have held others captive. This is covenant work. This is legacy work. This is God using one life to shift many lives. And now, hear the promise of restoration. The years you thought were lost are not lost. The opportunities that slipped away are not gone forever. God restores. He returns. He rebuilds. He redeems. And restoration is not merely getting back what you had. It is receiving what you could not have produced on your own. God restores with increase. God restores with favor. God restores with wisdom and strength you didn't have before. You are about to recover time. You are about to recover joy. You are about to recover focus. You are about to recover what the enemy attempted to steal. There were seasons of silence you endured, times you felt unheard, overlooked, hidden. But silence does not mean absence. It often means God is cultivating depth. The fire you passed through refined you. It purified your motives. It strengthened your spirit. And now your voice is rising with authority. Your words will carry weight, not because you learn to speak crasivo, but because you learn to endure. Your message will cut through noise. Your testimony will break chains. Your courage will awaken others. Do not fear speaking again. God is equipping you for this moment. And yes, public vindication is real. God has a way of turning tables, so the very ones who doubted, criticized, or tried to harm you will witness His favor lifting you, not for your ego, for His glory. There is power when God honors you openly, because it becomes a testimony that no human hand can block what heaven has decreed. The same people who thought you were finished will watch you rise. The same voices that tried to bury you will hear your name again. And the Lord will do it in such a way that no one can deny it was Him. So hear this final charge. Chosen one, stay awake, stay sharp, stay pure, stay clear, stay obedient. The warfare was real, but so is the victory. The delay was heavy, but so is the promise. The confusion tried to cloud you, but clarity is returning. Your breakthrough is not a myth. It is approaching, and you are not walking into it unprepared. You are walking into it refined, strengthened, and aligned. Now take your stand, lift your head, fix your focus. Your season is shifting. Your doors are opening, your restoration is moving, your vindication is coming, and the God who began the work in you will be faithful to bring it to completion. Amen.